According to Albert Speer, Minister of Armaments and War Production, the German dictator was fascinated with the idea of New York City in flames. He constantly talked about the possible consequences of a Luftwaffe air raid against the American metropolis. And Speer was not the only one who knew that. In 1937, Willy Messerschmitt hoped to win a lucrative contract by showing Hitler a prototype of the new Messerschmitt 264 long-range strategic bomber that was being designed to reach North America from Europe. Only 3 prototypes were built, but production was finally abandoned. In July of 1938, the Luftwaffe's Commander-in-Chief, Hermann Göring, gave a speech saying, "I completely lack the bombers capable of round-trip flights to New York." As a result of discussions with Hitler in May of 1941, Göring stated his need to deploy long-range bombers against American cities from the Azores. Due to their location, he thought the Portuguese Azores Islands were Germany's only possibility of carrying out aerial attacks against the United States. Göring wanted to use the Portuguese Lajes air base in the Azores Islands, located about 3,680 kilometers east of New York City. At the start of World War II in 1939, the Portuguese government announced that the 550-year-old Anglo-Portuguese alliance remained intact, but since the British did not seek Portuguese assistance, Portugal was free to remain neutral in the war, despite pressure from both sides. Both the Allies and the Axis sought to control the strategically located Azores Islands during World War II. António Salazar was the de facto dictator of Portugal, who ruled from 1932 to 1968 as a prime minister. Opposed to communism and liberalism, Salazar's rule was conservative and nationalist in nature, and it was also capitalist to some extent. But Salazar also distanced himself from fascism and Nazism. He was especially worried about a possible German invasion through Spain and did not want to provoke Hitler, nor did he want to give Spain an excuse to take sides with the Axis and invade Portugal. During 1940 and 1941, the US, Britain and Germany each made plans to occupy the islands. The US President Franklin Roosevelt declared that the German occupation of the islands would compromise US safety, and in May of 1941 he directed the US Army and Navy to draft an official plan, War Plan Grey, to occupy the Portuguese Azores. The plan called for a landing force of 28,000 troops, 1/2 Marine and 1/2 Army. While motions were made to prepare for this invasion, the Azores were never invaded. With Germany turning its attention to the Soviet Union, this eased American fears concerning the Azores, resulting in the suspension of War Plan Grey. In August of 1943, after the Battle of Kursk and the Allied victory in North Africa, Portugal signed an agreement which leased bases in the Azores to the British. This was a key turning point in the Battle of Atlantic, allowing the Allies to provide aerial coverage in the mid-Atlantic gap, helping them to hunt U-boats and protect convoys. A few months later, on the 1st of December 1943, British and US military representatives signed a joint agreement outlining the roles and responsibilities for the United States Army Air Forces and the United States Navy at Lajes Airfield. The Azores enabled British and American airmen to protect Allied shipping in the area and also saved New York City from the Luftwaffe bombers. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and to make sure you don't miss my future work, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel and press the bell notification button. Thank you, and see you in the next video.